Nicky Devlin, Ayr United club captain, and you're watching Quill 18.
Hey folks, Quill 18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Football Manager 2017. And today we've got a very scary game against the Hibs. But first, I have to deal with the fact we got an offer over here on Craig McGuffey. I'm pretty sure we're just going to reject it like out of hand here without any negotiation whatsoever. I think he's got a lot more potential than this for the team. I think if we do keep him around for at least another year, at the very least, we'd be able to trade him for a lot more cash. And frankly, I do still think that most likely he's going to be a core part of our team going forward here. So I'm going to go ahead and just reject that offer. Hot prospect for the future. And no other instructions. We'll have to see what else comes in, but we have no real intention to trade him away. Andy Gagan over here is on a yellow card limit, which is probably going to happen at some point, and he'll miss a game. But we'll deal with that when we get there. Tom Pope is back. He's in pretty good health. We're gonna start with both Pope and Thomas over here playing as the two strikers up front, and then we'll probably bring in Craig McGuffey as a substitute part way into the game. I mean, I know that Thomas is not really the ideal poacher, but he's still going to be fine. And we'll see what we can do to get those two guys in there, if at all possible. So, I lost against St. Mirren. We have now lost all 3 of our Ladsbrooks championship games. Very bad start to the season. That being said, we did outshoot these guys 17-10, with 7 of our shots being on frickin' target and 55% possession. Keep in mind, we outshot them. We got 17 shots on, despite the fact that I was running with the work the ball into box instruction. So we were shooting from goddamn close if we could, and we just couldn't get it to happen. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say that this was a defensive failure. Maybe a little bit, 10 shots on. Well, 10 shots on isn't that much. And the fact that 2 of them went in, I mean, maybe we could have, Palm, player of the match, yeah. Maybe we could have cracked down on Dylan Mackin a little bit more aggressively in a few different ways. But yeah, I mean, it's not like we didn't have the shooting opportunity. They just didn't make it in there. So I feel like probably things are set up in a relatively reasonable manner. It might just be a luck thing. I don't know. Anyway, we got a home game against the Hibs. We're going to go with the counter mentality, be a little bit more defensive. I'm going to move over to a structured shape over here as opposed to flexible. We'll see if that might help things out just a scooch here. I'm still a little bit worried about a lack of defenses. We do have... Where's our... There's like that nice page that you've got sometimes that gives you the timer about how many days before it goes. I mean, we've got until September 1st to finish our transfers. We are currently scouting heavily for a goalkeeper, I think, is really what we're looking for. I've got a lot of feelers out there. I can definitely see us maybe getting in some sort of goalkeeper transfer within the last day or something of the transfer window if we can. So we're going to see what we can do. But today we've got to play against the Hibs, a very good team. We've in our 6 previous matches, we've won twice, drawn once, and the Hibs have won 3 times over here. They're still looking very strong. They've been having a great run. They're at 3 wins so far, and we're at 3 losses so far. I mean, there might just be something wrong here. I don't know. I don't know. We did well in the we did so well in the cup. Although a lot of those games were against lower tier teams, but we'll see. I mean, when the team's losing so many times here, at some point you do have to blame the manager, I suppose. But I think the Hibs will edge. I think the Hibs will get this one too. We'll see. I mean, I should probably just have a more defensive structure, but tackle hard. See, I don't know about this tackling hard stuff. We are going to go ahead and always mark the strikers and close down on the wingers. If you've got it, do what you can. Let's go with that. Nobody fancies a win. I'm going to be passionate about it and say, do what you can, break us out of this bad run. All right, that went relatively well, so we'll go as is, and I guess I've got to unmute the game here. There we go, so we can hear the audience, the fans cheering. We are in our black and white striped shirts this time. And we did start on offense, which actually feels pretty good there. I do like to see that. Jamie Thomas pulling an offside right away. Possession is currently in our favor. 16 minutes in, we've got a 60-40 possession split. That's actually kind of amazing. We're the only one with a shot on so far. Not much in the way of highlights, I gotta say. And actually not much in the way of shots either. It's nice that we've denied them so far, although right now they're in the offense. And there's a highlight, which makes this very scary, but that header goes way, way, way above the net. Not even close to anything. So we've got that winning fair share of headers, yada, yada, yada. Another goal kick here. 23 minutes in. This is our second real highlight. It's 1-1 for shots on. It's another highlight for the Hibs here, which is kind of scary. Big cross to the middle. Graham with the header. I think it was going to go wide. Anyway, Dewan does put a paw on it, which means we are going to see a corner out of this. Please don't let this have anything. I don't know. I mean, again, the odds in general aren't in our favor, but we've managed to pull off some pretty impressive stuff against teams when the odds weren't in our favor, and then we tend to screw the pooch when we are supposed to win. If we could get an offense while we're on the highlight, that would one in the offense, that would be nice. We got a free kick here from LeBaron, which does get scooped up by the other team right away. Sent forward, Devlin. Magat sends it back in. It ends up in our hands again, or our feet, I suppose we should say. Back here, a little bit of a hard time getting a play started. Big long distance kick. I gotta say, like, I like Fraser's long distance kicks when they're on target, when they set up a corner like this. I think there's a surprising amount of potential for those things. On the other hand, maybe that's why our shots on are so high, and we don't actually score that much. Maybe it's a little bit deceptive from that point of view, but I don't know. Decent cross there. We're going to keep up the offense. All right, we'll have a throw in there. Would have been nice if we got in front of the net, but I guess we'll take what we can get. 2-2. Possession still in our favor, which is surprising. Pass completion is going all right. Our tackles are not fantastic. Doing a decent amount of headers, although... And that's the half. Can you believe how fast that went? I mean, honestly, if this ends up 0-0 against the Hibs, I won't be too disappointed. I'm pleased with how things are going. Keep it up. Looking delighted. Excellent. How often do you get to say something good to the team and have it work out? Not very often. And we're in a more defensive stance, so it sort of makes sense that the game hasn't been quite as crazy, but this is a little bit better than I expected, I've got to say, especially since I keep worrying. Ooh. Injury on the other side. No card on that, which is interesting. There's a substitution. I think that was for the guy who was just potentially injured. Free kick goes well above. Goal kick for us. So back in possession here. I mean, it's mostly going back to 50-50. The shots are even. Hell, even the on-target part is even. Thomas. Whoa! It looks like he got. It looks like his heel was stepped on there. He really tripped up and got slowed down. Andy Gigan with a nice takeaway there. Just dumps it forward. Not a whole heck of a lot happening over there. Those are the sorts of things I think you'll see a little bit more in that kind of counterplay. A lot more sort of dumping the ball a little bit deeper, a little bit more direct play, as opposed to a short passing game. Here's Boyle with a hell of a run. Good crossing opportunity to McBurney with the header. Dewan does get his hands on it. Great job there. I'm really happy with that. Offsides for the Hibs. Some substitutions. Have they used all their substitutions already? That's interesting. Now, they may have quite a lot of depth. It's entirely possible that their team's just as challenging now. What I should do real quick is take a look at the opposition. So, yeah, see, Boyle, we want to make sure to keep you tightly marked. Center right, that's fine. Oh, these are both new strikers, so we're going to make sure to tightly mark both those strikers. Boom, boom. Pollitt, back to Shaw. They're not really seeing an opening, but there could be a direct long shot like that. Nope, doing no problem getting his hands on it. Excellent job. I gotta say, I've been talking about getting a new goalkeeper. Dewan's been doing fantastically. Really fantastically. Wouldn't surprise me if we ended up doing some subs in the midfield. I mean, there's fewer of them, so I think they tend to get run ragged a little bit more. Plus some high energy in the midfield is probably what's going to help keep this game at around a 0-0. If at all possible. But yeah, Andy Gigan's getting a little bit tired. Might be the time to do it. We've got a few decent people to sub into the midfield as well. So it doesn't hurt quite as much to do a sub over there. On the other hand, we could sub out one of the strikers, bring in Craig McCuffey, see if we can get ourselves on the board here. This is incredibly scary. I'm not sure if having done a sub earlier would have helped. Caleb Crane's got some terrible freaking morale problems, but we don't have a replacement for you, which I don't like. Gary Fraser here, you're pretty miserable. Let's bring in a Ross Doherty instead. of my two strikers. Tom Pope's still feeling pretty good. We're going to sub Jamie for Craig here. Get the poacher on there and see what we can do, although Craig's not feeling particularly good motivation-wise either. So we might have to switch to a more offensive mentality. It might be a little early for that yet. See if we can tie it up. I don't know. Free kick for opposition does get blocked by the wall. Nicky Devlin's not going to be able to win that race and does hold short of a tackle. Although, oh, that's interesting. They lose possession of the ball and it goes to a throw-in for us, which ain't bad. Or, I don't know. Back to them. I think it's another play, actually. Just went to another highlight. They're again on the opposition. We're still on a defensive play. All right. We're going to go and move to attacking here. I know there's still a lot of time left. We're starting to fall behind on the shots, though. We had really good parity for a long time. They may have made a variety of adjustments in their strategies. 10 minutes left. They're in possession once more. We do have room for one more substitute. Oh, Craig McGuffey picks up the ball. Is he going to be able to send it forward anywhere? He sends it backwards to Andy Gagan, who sends it way over to Pope. The Pontiff is not going to be able to advance, so he sends it wide to LeBaron. LeBaron's going to center it back again to Pope. Pope with a long shot on target, leading to a corner, which is very nice. While we've got a whistle on the play here, do we want to do our last substitution? I think the answer is going to have to be yes. I think Andy's going to get substituted here. We'll bring in... wow, they both have, like, no match sharpness whatsoever. Still, yeah, we'll bring in Paul Kearney just as a supporting midfielder. That's going to be fine. All right, 9 minutes left, plus extra time, obviously. Got the corner coming in here. If we can get this in here and draw it up, we'll certainly slip back to a more defensive stance, I think. Craig McGuffey loses the ball here. There's only one player. It's Nicky Devlin behind the play. Although, oh, nice! He's able to get the ball away, and all of a sudden, the fact that we're a little forward heavy might be kind of helpful. Pope. Oh my god, what the hell was that? The Pope not being infallible today with a terrible, terrible, terrible pass. Terrible pass. Because I got to say, I feel like Vincent LeBaron was doing a great run there. It was Pope's job to get the ball ahead of him, not behind him there. And just like that, the Hibs are on a big offense. Oh, Boyle's got... surprised. I was really surprised he didn't just one-time it in there. I suspect that would have been a hell of a shot, as he sent it backwards. And Dugan was able to make, well, it's still a really impressive save with that leap. I don't think that was a trivial one to do. And once again, the Hibs are on the offense here. I think the shot, can someone take the ball away from one of these guys? It'd be really nice. Daryl Magat, oh god. Not a clean getaway, but Dugan, I have to say, he's been really performing us for us today. Saving our bacon from what could have been a much, much, much worse outcome. We got about 3 minutes left to this, depending on the extra time. Can we clear away from this corner? Well, sort of. We defend the corner, but the aggression is still happening. Here's Flynn with a huge open angle there. Crane with a beautiful slide in there. It does lead to a throw-in, but that was actually really gorgeous. And if LeBaron had had a little bit more energy, he might have been able to stop that from being a throw-in. We'll see. So once again, the Hibs on the offense, and they just give away for a goal kick. So with 2 and change minutes left, we're going to be on the offense 3 minutes at a time. That's, I was going to say good for us, but the Hibs are back in our end on the offense. They can't just delay, though. 6 shots on. I mean, I should, at this point, get rid of work ball into box. We're going to have to go route 1. I don't know about pump ball into box, though. Maybe hitting some early crosses, though. We're going to have to just up the speed as much as possible here. Really just try to send the ball forward and hope that we find some opening. There's only 40 seconds left, and we're on the defense. Most likely this is going to be the final highlight of the game, and we'll see the warning about full time. Or maybe, I mean, I don't know if, like, dude, you know you have to be, like, super high tempo here, right? And, like, not waste time. Come on, let's do it. Go, go, go. Send it deep, send it deep, send it deep. Pope gets it over to McGuffey, who said, didn't have anyone to take advantage of that. We really moved the ball forward, but that was it. Both of our strikers were a little... Ooh, Magat sends it far, far forward. Brownie is going to dump it down to Crane, who sends it forward to Pope. Any second now, we're going to get the whistle. Can we get one final shot on? I mean... Don't be so harsh on the players. The result wasn't ideal, but they played very well. Nobody expected us to win, but you gave it your all. I mean, I wouldn't feel so bad about this if it weren't for the fact that we were winless in the Championship League. They're determined to sign him up? Yeah, well, no. We are winless after 4 games, right at the bottom. Our league position has been crap. Our performance has been crap. I mean, it's all been close. I mean, I'm trying not to be results-oriented, but after a certain point, you have to say, okay, well, the results are clearly showing that there is a problem, and maybe we've got to shake this up pretty dramatically. So maybe that's exactly what we'll do. Maybe what we'll do is we'll work our way up to a 3-1-2 narrow and work something like that. We'll bring in Ryan Stevenson to do his Nganj thing. We will do Crawford in there, you know, a bit more of a midfield presence. I think that does open up the idea that Crane plays a little bit more attacking on the wings. It'd be nice. I wonder, Nikki, we're gonna move you to support as opposed to defend, so we can get a little bit more of a winger type presence and see if we can cause anything to happen over there. We're gonna start Craig McGuffey next time, and we're gonna try something like this. We're gonna see if maybe, you know, maybe there's really been a weakness there. I mean, it's not like we're being scored on a lot. All the games have been tight, but a loss is still a loss, you know? What's our next match? It's an away game against Morton. How's Morton doing? What's their form right now? Probably the easiest way. They're second, so they're two draws, I see, over here. I don't know. I mean, and we still have some budget left, so I think it probably does make sense to go and see if we can pick up someone really good. This Erwin Zalewny over here. French guy, he's loan listed. There's more going on, though, wasn't there? He wants first-team football and transfer listed by request. So he wants to leave this team, so he's quite eager about doing something like that. I'm assuming, yeah, he's a fair bit better than our current goalkeepers. I think we should just pick him up. I mean, the thing is, there's more scouting to be done. It could be that one of these guys is actually going to be better. He's a hell of a lot cheaper, too. Well, at least he's not being paid as much right now. So he might be a lot stronger. We've actually been seeing him played. He's also unhappy where he is. All these French goalkeepers. And again, we can look up on him, and he's clearly much better. What was that? No interest in joining our club on loan. Language problem. Some interest in joining our club. Okay, so he wants a transfer probably. And he's only 25. Good natural fitness. What do I want? Oh, I want to compare. That's what I want to do. Oh, yeah, there's just some areas we don't know about yet. I guess we can do the comparison with that other goalkeeper I just checked. Well, yeah, we just don't have the info to really know for sure. And we do have another few days, so we might be able to get a little bit more scouting info there, as long as they don't get scooped up by someone else. Short little time to bid. Oh, yeah. He really wants Craig McGuffey, but now I don't know. I mean, I guess we could go looking for another, like, more developed poacher instead. We could trade this guy away and do something, but it's my decision, and we're going to keep him. Well, we're going to put a cut in here. That was a short episode. Another short but disappointing episode. I'm heartbroken about this. I want to go back to the Betfred Cup, where at least I was doing well. So it's going to be, I'm going to be playing an away game against Morton here. I'm going to be playing the Rangers under 20 in the Challenge Cup. Our next game will be against Dunfermline over here at home in the Ladsburg Championship, and hopefully something better will have developed by then. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.